Have you ever wondered what it's like to be a student of an Atlantic University? Are you wondering, okay, I want to register this year, but I really do not know how to go about it? Look no further. Here on this channel, in today's episode, we'll be talking about Pan Atlantic University, everything you need to know about university, from admissions to what the courses entail and how the program runs. You will hear from undergraduates as well as master's students. Stay tuned and enjoy the video. Thank you.
Hi COUFAM, welcome back to our channel. So upcoming in this video is PAU's website, pau.edu.nj. So you will see a disclaimer that pops up on the screen, and so that is the authentic PAU's page. So you see why PAU and all of those. So you see the different reasons why you should choose Pan Atlantic University as a major university for your child or for yourself, if you're sponsoring yourself or if you have someone that is sponsoring you. So this is the homepage, and this is everything that you need to know about the university. So you go to programs, you have undergraduate programs, you have postgraduate diploma programs. And under undergraduate programs, there's School of Media and Communication, School of Management and Social Sciences, School of Science. So this is School of Media and Communication. And there's BSc Mass Communication, BSc Information Science. And those are the two courses that are under School of Management, Media and Communication. So under School of Management and Social Sciences, we have BSc Accounting, BSc Business Administration, BSc Economics, BSc Finance, and so on. So they are postgraduate degrees programs, MSc Economics, PhD in Management, and so on and so forth. So there's the master's program as well. There's a doctoral program as well. Under master's, there's LBS, School of Media and Communication, School of Science and Technology. So under the MSc programs, here's the leaflet. You can download it. There's MSc in Media and Communication as well as Film. So under MSc Media and Communication, which was the course I did, so you can see the different things available. There's accommodation, fee structure, and all of that. So on the fee structure, the fee structure as of now is 3.3 million naira for the 2023 program, and there's a payment plan. So you get to choose which one is most convenient for you, and note that subsequent fees might increase according to what the economy says. As of when I applied, it wasn't this amount, so be open-minded as fees may increase in the nearest future. So this is the fee structure for the undergraduate program, and the cheapest of all the courses are accounting, business administration, and economics. So this is computer science, mechanical engineering, and there's also a payment structure as well. So you can just download the guideline and process and to see everything that it entails. So these are other information about the school. There are other courses that I didn't mention here, such as School of Science and Technology, and the fee structure allocated to them. So you can visit the website for more information. Thank you. Up next, we hear from an
Today was your defense,
undergraduate.
yeah?
Yeah,
How was it?
it was good. It was good.
How do you feel?
I feel good. I feel good.
So how has the last 4 years been for you? What's your experience like in PAU?
Last 4 years have been the best consecutive 4 years of my life because I don't know. It's just I'm in PAU. If you check where I came from, like the secondary school I attended, it's not like it's not a good secondary school. It's a good one, but like facility-wise, when I was in 100 level, I felt like I was in heaven. Like there was no reason for me not to bring something. No, when you see it, no much is given, much is expected. I feel like I've played my part, I've done my best. Where I put in the effort the most, I succeeded, which is in sports. But like, yeah, the PA is actually very good, but I would always recommend it to anybody, anywhere. Like, I know some people in 100 level, 200 and 300 who are in PA right now because of me, and I'm happy. Next year, someone is coming after me too.
That's beautiful. So what advice do you have to give anybody that is like, leaving secondary school, coming into PAU?
The first thing I'll say is, PAU a lot of freedom. And what you say, with freedom comes great responsibility. You have to be mature enough to know what you're doing. And your maturity level entails that it's very important that you kind of do it in your first semester in 100 level, because sometimes for some people it gets harder as you climb. For some it gets easier because if they probably didn't do well, they will have identified their flaws and everything. But like PAU is worth it. It's worth it.
What other benefits did you pick from PAU?
So like I'm a football person, like I love football very much, and I play very well. So like in secondary school, I've always had this interest. Like teachers used to have it a lot because like we play only 2 matches and that's all. And, like I didn't really feel like my potential in that aspect was unleashed. Let me use that word. But to the young guys watching these videos, you will have fun when it comes to sports. You will, trust me. Because a whole semester is dedicated to a whole competition. And benefit-wise, PA has exposed me to a lot of industry experience, such as internship. And when you graduate, there's a possibility of you getting picked up because of the kind of prestige PA carries.
Yeah, thank you so much. What major challenge did you face in PAU?
It's not, but I faced a lot of challenges.
But I was like the single one that that was really, really challenging, the one that beats them all.
The challenge of procrastination, it affected me a lot. Like, when before you go to school, or you might prepare your mind, prepare yourself mentally in the sense that be like, okay, I'm ready. Maybe because you might be at home, there's nothing on you. I know I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to see this person, I need to. So you're ready for the semester, and you tell yourself, okay, what I'm going to do next semester is every day I'm going to study at least an hour just to brush up everything I've done that day. At the end of the week, you do it. It's not as easy as it sounds. I'm telling you, a lot of things will come your way. But you need that discipline and the ability to just, this is what I need to do. Head down.
Thank you so much. Please tell them to like, subscribe, share.
Please like, subscribe, and share this
I'll come
video.
to PAU.
I'll come to PAU as well. Yeah, that's very good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So fun fact here is that when I shot this video of the library, we're in middle of examination and project writing. Like, the pressure was getting worse at this point. See Jessica. At this point she was tired. But I still had time to do this because it's important to me and also for you, my viewer, so that you can get to have a feel. Look at Jumoke and Lydia writing project. Oh my god, it was chaotic. Stephanie, look at me working on my dissertation. I was gathering data for my quantitative research. Whoa, I'm so glad we are over that now. Up next, we have another student who will be sharing their experience with us.
Okay, what do you study?
Studying accounting at Atlantic University.
Why did you choose Pan Atlantic University?
Well, it was kind of chosen for me. I had aspirations of going overseas, but I think that was around the time that inflation first really hit different in Nigeria. So my parents thought I should start something here with the option of transferring instead of just sitting at home doing. So yeah, it was chosen for me.
But despite the fact that it was chosen for you, how has the experience been thus far?
Well, compared to my other friends who stayed in Nigeria and have told me what it's like in the universities, I'd say it's been relatively peaceful and stress-free. It's been a decent environment for me to become a more academically upright, for lack of a better description. And it's also, I guess, because of how small the community is, I've been able to establish a bunch of meaningful relationships. So the experience was not too shabby.
What are the top 5 skills that you've picked from being in PA for the last 4 years?
In no particular order.
In no particular order.
For sure, presentation skills.
Okay.
I avoided every instance of presentations in my secondary school. Like, when I got to PAU, I pretty much didn't have a choice. It was present or don't get a grade. I'd say another skill is, I guess, being assertive. Working in groups, you might want to upset because you're not sure of how you might come across, and then the whole group ends up suffering because of that. So I learned that you need to be able to say what you need to say without worrying too much about how, like, you might come across. Not to say that you shouldn't consider how it would affect other people, but you just need to be able to say that for yourself as well. Other skills, I guess I have an elite ability to meet deadlines now.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing, because it's different in secondary school. The deadlines just come and go, and there's like really no repercussions. But PAU, when you realize that missing the deadline means that you may not write exams, you will meet that deadline. Can't count the number of times I've had a deadline of 11:59 and I've submitted at 54 or 58 before. It's too many to count. Another one is being comfortable with making yourself uncomfortable. Because there was a particular instance in my second year where, out of nowhere, one of my lecturers just recommended me to speak at a forum, and it's very little preparation and very little understanding of what the whole thing was about. I was just thrown into it, and I was very, very uncomfortable throughout. And he doesn't know this even till now, but there were so many instances I wanted to back out, but I stuck through it, and it turned out to be a really, really good experience. And last skill, I'd say just being able to try new things. I think particularly in my final year, I put myself in a lot of unique situations. Like, out of nowhere, I joined the sports committee, and they basically took me to plan which is football and basketball. A couple of my friends started playing volleyball, and I had never played volleyball before, and I said I was okay, give it a try. Same thing with basketball too. I had never been into any sport that wasn't. So I go here, and honestly, they have like state-of-the-art facilities. I have stuff I could use to try out different things. I did, and because of that, people keep claiming that, oh my gosh, John, you can do everything. But it's not that I can do everything. It's just that I'm open to trying almost everything. So yeah, I think it's my top 5 things that I've been. Yeah.
What advice can you give any young person that wants to come to PAU?
So my advice to anyone coming to PAU, in terms of academics, as I know it sounds vague and I'm probably oversimplifying, but like just start well. It's easier to like build on a solid foundation than trying to piece things together when you're towards the tail end of things. Start well, but at the same time, don't make academics your entire like personality. You're going to meet a lot of people in university, and you might find people that are more similar to you than you thought was possible. But if you close yourself up because you want to focus on your books, you're going to miss out on some very meaningful relationships. Like, I went to a school that was considered like bougie or like upper class, so to an extent, I mean, I've had a bias that staying in a Nigerian uni would make it difficult for me to find my sort of personality type or people that I could relate with. But like within, I think, a couple weeks of coming to PAU, I was already like, I was checked on that bias. Like I found a lot of people that are very much like me, more like me than I thought was possible. So as much as grades are important, establish meaningful relationships as well. You have 4 years as well, so try to make an impression. I'm not saying do something that will have your face plastered like on PAU's walls, but there are sports, there are public speaking contests, there are clubs. Get involved, like be a part of the community, contribute to the community as well. So yeah, I think that's about it.
Yeah. Any last words?
Any last words? You will be frustrated at some point, but when it's all over, you're going to look back on it and laugh. So just keep going and power through. And yeah, come to PAU as well. Totally, come to PAU. Like, I mean, I'm here. So, maybe by the time you watch this, I might be gone. But come to PAU. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, your friends' friends, your friends' enemies who might be your friends. So, everyone, just share. All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
So application details follows. So you can see apply for the MSc program as well as undergraduate program. The undergraduates resume in October, while the master's students resume September. So you can still apply for the master's program as well as the undergraduate program. In terms of accommodation, there are different hostels within the school campus. There are female hostels as well as male hostels, and the numbers are on the screen. You could visit Pan Atlantic University's website for more information. I was in Pearl Hostel, but there are also apartments outside of the school campus, so you can reach out to the admissions office for more information, or you could send me an email. I'll respond. So this is the student center area, and this is what the shop looks like. There are different shops within the complex. There's a salon, there's a cafeteria downstairs. There's also a mini boutique within the complex. But when you come here to PAU, you'll see for yourself. I love your glasses, by the way.
Thank you. God for my lovely roommate, Mona.
Oh, shout out to Mona.
Shout out to Mona.
What are you currently studying here in PAU?
An MSc in Media Communication.
And if I'm right, you also did your BSc here.
Yeah, I'm a returning student.
So please tell us, what made you come back to PAU?
The academic excellence, to put it simply. You know, when as an undergraduate student, you're taught certain things about the industry, also theoretical concepts. And at that moment, you don't get to see your money working for you until you graduate, and then you get into the work environment. Then you start seeing most of the things that you were taught in class. I think that was when the realization dawned on me that yes, this institution actually upholds the world best practices and standards. And if I'm going to do an MSc in this country, then it has to be in the same institution.
That's beautiful. So what was your experience like as an undergrad in PAU?
Follow me, let me show you what my experience was like. First of all, you have this. So it's not every time you get to visit an institution that prides itself in academic excellence and also extracurricular activities like visiting the museum, like we're doing now.
Yeah.
This is actually my last day of school as an MSc student. Shout out to us.
Yeah, shout out to us.
My experience as a student was actually splendid. So the first time I did my BSc in mass communication, and it was a mix of emotions, really. I would say that anybody that's coming to this institution has to have a tough skin, because it's a mixture of the fun, the hard work. It's fun when you get to interact with like minds and just play with your peers, learn from them. But then the rigor of some assignments, projects, coming back, I kind of had that nostalgic feeling, but not necessarily in a good way. Not everybody likes stress, but it was just good to meet people in the industry who are my classmates, and I formed connections that would last a lifetime. So my experience then was splendid. My experience coming back, yes, there were a lot of road bumps and all of that, but still, it was worthwhile. I mean, I'm here today. This is my final day as an MSc student, so I'm so excited.
Thank you. So, any advice for upcoming MSc students or undergraduate students?
MSc is not joke. BSc is not joke. You're going to PAU, make sure you have the skill for it. I've been saying it because you will have a lot of assessments to do, both group and just in person. So you have to make sure that you have you have to just have the agility at the end of the day. You have to be mentally prepared. I was telling some of my classmates, if you're doing an MSc here, be financially, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, because you have to very connected with God, and because it's not an easy experience. It's not like they intentionally make it difficult, but I guess it's just part of upholding the world's best practices as pertains to educational standards and all of that. So you can't really blame them. I mean, we paid a lot for the service, so we might as well enjoy all the stress that comes in. So just make sure you're mentally prepared. Do things to develop your skills now while you're getting ready for school, your academic year, like writing skills, presentation skills, because you're going to do a lot of that here, and you're going to be graded seriously on those. So it's very important. Those networking skills matters a lot, because your connections are as important as what you learn, the knowledge you take in. So learn how to network with people, emotional intelligence, all of that. Just read books. There are lots of books on that. Read books, don't just play games, don't just watch TV or movies. Also read as well, because when you come to PA, you do a lot of reading. So yes, that's it. Signing out. Thank you.
There are other aspects of the school that were not captured in this video, such as the clinic, the sports field, basketball court, as well as the football court were not captured in this video. But when you come to PA, you will see for yourself.
Hi.
What did you study?
Information science and media studies.
So why did you choose PAU?
I chose PAU because, apologies, I'm out in nature, so things. I chose PAU because I'm a media girl. I've been practicing media. I have the privilege and blessing to have been practicing media before university. So I was looking for a school that would combine the theoretical aspects of media and the practical aspects, not just the theoretical. So, and PAU fits that bill. PAU is extremely practical. They have a radio studio, an audiovisual studio. We have camera and light and microphone setup. So it gives you the opportunity to really practice what you're learning.
Okay, great. So how like in few words, what has your experience been like here in PAU?
My experience for the past 4 years has been really good. I can definitely say that I'm leaving university a richer person than I came in, richer in people, my network, and definitely richer in knowledge. I've definitely been more exposed. My intellect has been, expanded and stretched. So it's been a bittersweet experience. Bittersweet because it's school. There's a lot of work. It's intensive sometimes. So there are days, there are nights where I'm super stressed, where I don't really sleep because I'm trying to meet one deadline or the other. I've cried from frustration of different things. But at the same time, there's been so much laughter. I've made so many good friends. I've connected and met so many amazing people. I've had the opportunity to hone and practice my skills here at PAU. Doing a lot of emceeing for the past 4 years here with PAU, which was amazing. So it's been a really lovely experience as well. Laughter, fun, the whole package, and it's definitely an experience that I would treasure by God's grace.
Thank you. So do you think that the school fees is worth it?
I do think that it is worth it. It's pricey, to be honest. What is not pricey these days? But yes, you might see it and be like, Kilode, what's happening? Am I graduating with like a kilo of gold or something? But trust me, what you're going to be graduating with, if you make the best of your time here, you can't put a price tag on it. Again, I mentioned that it's a school that's very passionate about practicalizing what they're teaching. So I'm a media and communication student, but we also have the School of Science and Technology, which is highly practical as well from what I see. Every other day I see someone wearing a lab coat or an overall. You've seen their workshops, so it's a super I think it's a healthy balance. So you're getting to actually practice what you're learning, and it gives you the whole 360 experience. So I would definitely say that it's worth it. Beautiful amenities too, extremely aesthetic and serene. So yes, definitely worth it.
Thank you. So what other skills did you pick up from PAU?
My goodness, let me tell you guys, I'm now in Texas and I'm a woman in STEM because of the nature of my course, information science and media studies. I like to call it a hybrid of computer science and mass communication. So there are a couple of media courses in there, and there were a lot of digital courses. So I learned new skills like coding, web designing, web development. I designed apps as well. I learned visual editing and special effects, quite interesting. I also learned After Effects in Adobe After Effects. So many, in fact, the whole tech package. So I definitely am walking away with a lot more skills than I came in here with.
How do you feel now that you've graduated?
Oh my goodness, I am so happy, and I really thank God. I give God all the glory. Again, it's emotional because I'm going to miss the people, the school, my friends, course mates. But I'm also very happy because it's the successful end of a journey. Thank God. I really appreciate God for the fact that PAU is a private school, so we don't have to go through the strike processes that some of our colleagues unfortunately have to go through. So I'm really grateful for that as well. I'm so happy, I'm elated, I'm joyful. I'm graduating.
Thank you so much,
You're
Onyinye.
welcome.
Thank
God,
you.
thank you for
Please tell
having
them
me.
to like.
Oh my goodness. Please ensure that you like this video, drop a comment, and of course subscribe to this beautiful channel. Don't just stop there. Make sure you tap on the bell so that you get notifications every single time a video drops.
Hey,
Okay.
thank you. We've come to the end of this vlog. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that every single person that spoke, from the undergraduates to the master's students, that were able to convince you and not confuse you that PAU is the school you should be at or where your children should be at. I hope you enjoyed this video and you found it informative and useful. See you at the top. See you in PAU, and be of excellence. This is what the school looks like at night. Thank you so much. Do not forget to like, comment, share this video. Bye. Subscribe. Bye. Thank you.